I've not been paid my salary yet, so uh, a lot of things. When you stay in a country that people treat each other like trash. But anyways, that aside, today's topic is very important because today's topic is something that I came across during the Bible study. I was looking for something else though, but as I read it, I realized that this topic basically talks about more on the Beatitudes, and people really don't know anything about it. A lot of people don't know anything about it. There are things that Yahusha said that were glossed over. I think maybe due to the Roman due to like the Romans changing the words of Yahuah, or maybe due to some issues or in translation. Now, if you are watching this, you might find this video ghastly because of the camera, but I'll recommend you use an audio, like you find use a headset on audio or something, like you listen to it via audio rather than having to watch it directly, because this is going to be a long video. We're going to do a lot of Bible reading. The book of Natsarim is a very detailed book. It talks about the life of Yahusha and a lot that are not being taught in the normal Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. And there are a lot of things that he has said that because of misinterpretation, in those four books, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the Gospel of Yahusha, they you know really do not it loses its meaning, but Yahusha explained it in the book of Natsarim. It's why that book was not canonized according to some people. But before that, we need to do some introductions before we get into the topic. We need to do some introductions. Well, yeah, so we know that this world is finished. Those who are followers of Yahuah and Yahushua know that this world is finished. This world is done for. A lot of things that people seek to achieve in this world, you know, they may not be able to achieve it, and even if they achieve it, it will be for only a short time. Because this world is going down. As it's going down, a lot of the sinners are going to go down with it because it's a judgment that people cannot escape from. No. The only people the wicked cannot escape from. The only people who can escape from it are followers of Yahuah. Those are the ones that, even if they were to perish, they will have eternal life. Or many of the children of Yahshua are still stiff necked, and they are still following after the whims and the ways of their oppressors, and they do not learn from history. They do not learn from the It's not that they did not learn from history, it's just that their history has been taken away from them. Systematically, it has been taken away from them, and it was by design. A lot of people, apart from the fact that they don't know who they are, they don't understand who they are at all. They really don't. They are people who live by, sorry about that. They are people who live by the day. There is no true understanding of scriptures. Many people follow after religion because it's convenient. but there's no convenience in religion. There is absolutely no convenience in religion. Religion is designed to keep you at bay, to keep you sleeping, so that you don't investigate the words of Yahuah and come out of the deception and the destruction that is going to befall many people. Many of our people have turned to Christianity and Islam. Say both are satanic religions, both of them, including Judaism too. All those Abrahamic religions are nothing more than satanic religions. They are the religions set up by Esau, and Esau does not like um, Jacob at all. Esau despised Jacob, so what you created a system to make sure Jacob is still asleep and they are still in captivity, because what he wants, because he knows he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahuah, he knows he cannot enter into the renewed world. So what he wants is that he wants Jacob to follow him in his own destruction. That's why he created systems to keep a vast majority of our people asleep. Vast majority of our people too poor to understand what's going on. This is why follow, following Yahusha, following Yahusha is extremely difficult. Very, very. Because the systems of this world have made it so that the the systems of this world and the people who rule this world have made it so that before you can actually follow Yahusha and his father Yahuah, it will you if you claim to actually follow Yahuah and Yahusha, you'll be living hell on earth. You'll be living hell on earth. But now, praise Yahuah, the systems are collapsing, and it's by design, because Yahuah is bringing in a new world, a world where those who sacrificed everything for this world will gain even more in that world. Yes, you may have trials and tribulations here, but once you enter into the world that Yahuwah is going to bring, you would not. Once you enter into the world that Yahuwah is going to bring, there will be no such thing as trials and tribulations for you. You would live to enjoy many of the blessings, and you will live for a very long time. You will live to enjoy many of the blessings that Yahuwah will bring. But like I said in our Bible study for the assembly, I mean, a lot of people want to have their heaven here. They want to have their achievements here, but they don't set up anything for the kingdom. These are the same people that will say, "Do not set up your kingdom on do not set up your kingdom on earth where mold and rust, would come in, where rust or mold will come in and destroy your wealth, and thieves will come in and rob you of your wealth." These same people are the same people that want to achieve or want to become someone in life. There's nothing bad in you aiming high. In this world system, there's nothing bad in aiming high, but there's everything bad if you put all your eggs in one basket. If you aim high and you don't get there, you know, maybe it's the will of Yahuwah, and you decide, well, as Yahuwah wills. But if you are the type of person that, don't have any zeal, don't have, no, sorry. That's not right. If you are the type of person that don't have any zeal for Yahuah and all you want is to be racking achievements here on this earth, I'm sorry to say, but those achievements will mean nothing in the kingdom of Yahuah. So the title of today's topic is the Beatitudes Extend, reading from this is a five-part reading from the book of Natsarim chapter 9. This is a five-part series, and I'm going to touch on a lot of things because this covers Matthew 5, 6, 7, and 8. No, 5, 6, 7. Matthew 5, 6, 7 is just an abridged version of a lot of things that is going to be here. The one here in the book of Natsarim is over 72 chapters. 72 verses. So it's very long. So that's why I had to break it down into five parts. Because Yahusha spoke about a lot of things. He really did. Like the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount was very long. Very, very long. It's not something that people sat down for 30 minutes and they say, "Oh, praise Yahuwah." No, Yahusha broke down the whole lot of things. And this is why I say many of these apocryphal books that your pastors tell you to not read, they are the very thing that will help you. Will even make it easier for you to walk in Yahuwah. Yes, it will make it easier for you to trust Yahuwah. Well, not necessarily. It will make it easier for you to walk in the way Yahuwah has set. Because even if the moment you step on the journey to following the way of Yahuwah, that's only the beginning. Because the more you go, the more narrow it becomes. Literally. The more you go, the more you grow stronger in faith, the more narrower it becomes. And as it continues to become more narrow, a lot of people are going to fall off, even those that claim to be in the truth. All right, let's go into the meat and potatoes of it all. Now, this is Yahusha speaking. Let's go to verse 5. Verse 5. Seeing that a large crowd, well, I'm reading from the book of Natsarim, chapter 9. Is also called the book of Khalidi. That's where the word kaleidoscope came from. But it's the book of Khalidi, chapter 9. Let me read from verse 5. And it says, seeing that a large crowd has gathered on the hillside, Yahusha stood up and addressed the people after they had seated in this manner. This, this is where Yahusha started. He said, this is a night of ignorance where men wander, lost in the darkness of worldly condition. I am the light and hope of men. These are the people I support and accept, and this is the message I give to them. This is the beginning of the Beatitudes. In Matthew 5, it just goes straight and it says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit. Do you know all those blessings? Blessed are those, blessed are those. But here he reinforces something. He said that this is a night of ignorant men. A lot of people are ignorant to the truth. They don't understand it. And it's a vast majority of people, a large number of people that are ignorant. They really don't understand what it actually means to go deep in Torah, to go deep in scriptures, to follow after Yahuwah, you know, through all difficulties. It's extremely, like I said, it's extremely difficult to follow Yahuwah, but it's extremely rewarding. And in that sense, Yahusha now confirms his authority. He says, I am the light and the hope of men. He says, he did not say, oh, um, there is someone that is coming after me, or there was someone before me that is the light. No, he said, I am the light and the hope of men. And that's Yahusha for you. He knew who he was. Yes, he was a man of sorrow. Yes, he was a man tempted like we are. I had to go through a lot of difficult things. He was homeless at some point. Well, he was homeless all throughout his life. Well, no, all throughout his ministry, he was homeless. So, but he had expectation of the kingdom that is to come. He knew his role. Even when he was young, he knew his role. So, and now says, these are the people I support and accept. He started with acceptance. Before he started with rejection, he started first with acceptance. And this is a very powerful message because a lot of people they hear, sorry, a lot of people they hear the or they read the Bible without understanding context. Whenever Yahuah wants to address the children of Yahshua, he will tell you, he will tell them, especially when he wants to lay out some things, what will happen to them or what are the conditions that he has set for them. He said, if you accept, that was in the book of Deuteronomy, he said, if you follow after, if you accept these terms and conditions and you follow after them and you guard them and you do what is written in them, you follow the instructions to the T. Here are the list of blessings. I'll give you all these things. I'll make you high above the cloud. You consistently be on cloud nine. There will be no lack. There will be no suffering. Why? You won't you won't be having headache. You won't be having problems. You won't be having all those things. But if you turn and you do what I don't like, you don't guard the instructions I give you, these are the curses that will come upon you. Yasha is basically doing the same thing. And this the beginning of the video I said what Yahusha accepts and rejects. So let's continue. These are the people I support and accept, and this is the message I give to them. For I've come to unsheath the sword of the rock among men, and to lead them forth to fight the battles of Allahim. The sword is the rock, even as the body is the sheath. Let your swords be bright and keen for the fray. Be stout and resolute, and the rule of Elohim will surely sweep all wickedness and evil, all pain and distress from the face of the earth. Send one stream to primary ingestion. Uh-uh. What do you mean by one ingestion? Oh no, send one stream. Maybe there's someone using my this. Mm, okay. I don't know what this means, but well, we'll continue. Okay, let's go. Accept the oppressed and dispirited, for they shall inherit honor in the reign of the Ruach. Accept those who grieve, for they shall not be without a comforter. Is it not written, let the words of Yahuah be an unquenchable light within you, and they will shorten your days of sorrow. Accept now let's go back to the first one. Before there's something Yahusha said. He said that I am unsheathing the sword of the spirit, the sword of the rock. What's one of the weapons that Shaul or Paul tell us that we should have? The breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the spirit. A lot of people think the sword of the spirit is when they do that's not it. It's when you conquer and overcome adversities. Literally. When you conquer and overcome adversities, that's when you have the sword of the Spirit. And adversities may not be lack. It may not be lack, it may not be um you know family generational causes. Those are there. It may not be lack of it may not be, you know, covenant. Well, it is covenant actually. You know, depends on who you have a covenant. If you have a covenant with Yahuah, you'll be blessed. But if you have covenant with any other person, there are causes associated with that. So, what's the sword? What the sword of the spirit attacks is bringing down strongholds and sin that easily so besets you. This is what it means when it says the sword of the spirit. So you unsheathing the sword of the spirit and fighting the battles of Elohim. You are fighting a war, a spiritual war that is still ongoing and would destroy all forms of wickedness, both physical and spiritual, all forms. But it's not a war that, you know, you can just say, oh, I've done it and I've fought it and done away with. This is why it's a war that is consistent and is continual because as you fought one war, one battle, right? There's another battle waiting for you. So this is why these people that they used to go for vigils, prayer night, and all this thing, they really don't understand what they are doing. They don't. They don't understand what they are doing. They are praying, but their prayer is not being heard by Yahuwah. They are praying, but they are not praying with the understanding of what Yahuwah demands. Yahuwah gives you his ruach so that you can use it to liberate others. Not just that, you can also use it to liberate yourself. It's a call to action, it's a call of duty, it's war. But the spiritual war is not in babbling and tongues and not all those nonsense that Christians used to do. It's knowledge of the truth. What is the truth? The truth is in Yahuwah. The truth is the Torah. The Torah of Yahuwah and submitting yourself to that. That's what the truth is. It's not found in what churches say. The churches are part of the system designed to keep you away from the truth. So why will a system designed to keep you away from the truth try to help you? Look at the people who lead this congregation. This is why I say a lot of people are going to hell in a handbasket. A lot of people, I saw something online of, we that are followers of Yahusha, we all know that in this country, in Nigeria, we all know that, a certain pastor is a false pastor. But the reason why I'm not calling him is because Yahuwah, the many people who knows will know. But Yahuwah still like made me to not say that name because he's irritated by that name. And because this is a man that has sold his own birthright and inheritance for worldly treasures. But anyways, so a certain person came. This is how I know that there are people under bondage. Came as he was preaching, as that man was preaching, one female just came, kneel down in front of him, and luckily the man did not put his hand on the woman. So, but these things the thing he teaches doesn't promote Torah at all. It doesn't promote scriptures. It's keeping people back, keeping people far, so far away. Do you know what happens in the spirit when you go to those churches? You are being, it's like somebody yank you, somebody tie a rope on you, right? In the spirit world. Someone tie a rope on you. Like if you are close to Yahuah. Now, if you are just there visiting, or you are just there for a business, there is nothing that is going to happen to you. But if you are someone who is an avid follower or somebody who goes to this church and you are in all these places and you believe in everything that these people say, it's like a rope that is tied on you, and there is someone, a force from the darkness pulling you further into the darkness. Yes, that's what happens when you go to Nigerian churches. Now, like I said, if you are there for business, it's different. But if you are going there because you want to get a miracle or something, I'm sorry to say, but that will not. I'm sorry to say, but that is not the place where you will find the truth. Yahweh is omnipresent. He's everywhere, and His spirit is everywhere, and his eyes move to and fro from all throughout the earth. There is nothing hidden from Him. So no matter what you do to go and say, that I say I used to hear this foolishness. I'm going to church to go and see God. It's a very foolish statement to say. Very, very foolish, honestly. But people are idolaters, especially Yashua. Very idolatrous. They don't want to sit down and learn from Yahuah. They want to follow. Now, assemblies are the assembly of Yahuah is different. That one was set up by Yahuah himself. But the ones in mega churches that we all know about, those ones are the ones that Yahuah tells us to stay away from. All right, let's continue. Sorry about that. While what we're going to is far, but it's far, and I've not really said anything yet. Accept the oppressed and dispirited, for they shall inherit honor in the reign of Yahuwah. So if you feel like as if you've been oppressed, you've been suffering, you are in great sorrow, you are in great pain, and you are hurting. Like people hurt you, family hurt you, the world hurts you. Cheer up because the kingdom of Yahuwah, you have inherited the kingdom of Yahuwah. But that's if you follow after Yahusha though. Accept those who grieve, for they should not be without comforter. Is it not written? Let the words of Yahuwah be an unquenchable light within you, and they will shorten your days of sorrow. Those that are grieving because of loss of loved ones, Yahuwah will comfort you, will be your guide. And also those that are grieving because they've had some things robbed for them, or some things are not coming through, and they've prayed to Yahuwah, and Yahuwah they pray to Yahuwah, they've asked Yahuwah for help, but and the thing did not come through, and you know it's like a pain in the heart, like this, like everything they've worked for, destroyed. Yahuwah will comfort you. I accepted the disinherited, for they shall inherit the earth. Is it not written? The disinherited shall be joyful amid bounty and shalom. Accept those who hunger after enlightenment, for they shall be satisfied. Is it not written? Of the food table sits heavily on the stomach, but wisdom fills the heart with satisfaction and content. Those who seek after the truth will be filled up. You see, I've always had this desire to want to know more of who Yahuwah is. I didn't just say, oh, I know that's why even the time when I was in Christianity and I used to go to the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, something come at the back of my mind that is this it? Is this only it? Like I just read the Bible from the lens of what someone else tells me to do. Why don't I read it for myself, right? So I had to stop watching her videos altogether. And yeah, Yahuah like literally pried me away from her hands. And I praise be unto Yahuah for that. But um the I would recommend a lot of people to like just stop. I had to stop watching it. Watching the Master Voice Prophecy blog, it's it's not it's more like divination than it is prophecy. Yes, it's more like divination than it is prophecy. And a lot of people follow after these things because that is what they know. You have to look beyond what someone says. Because I remember during the time I used to listen to her, all those desires like left, right? The moment I stopped listening, the things came back. But and this was when I had to go into like consistent fasting and prayer. And Yahuwah, praise be unto Yahuwah, is giving me strength for me to be able to deal with those issues. All right, let's continue. Accept the compassionate, for they shall be compensated. Is it not written? He who has compassion builds a foundation of consolation for his time of need. Accept the pure hearted, for their nature draws them closer to Elohim. The pure hearted, the innocent. This world does not reward innocence. Is it not written that he whose hands and heart are clean receive the fullest measure of the power of the Yahuah? If you are innocent, this world will never reward you. In fact, this world will take advantage of you. And this is the sad thing about this current world system. It's designed to defile the innocent and the children of Yahshua. That's why I said in my previous video, oh wait, okay, no, that was quiet. But the two sets of people that are consistently destroyed on this earth, this current world system, the children of Yahshua scattered to the four corners of the world and the innocent. Because in Satan's mind, if you can defile, that's why children are the most susceptible to are the they are the easiest prey to target, and they are more susceptible to brainwashing than an adult. An adult may have autonomy, but a child, if you brainwash a child from a very young age, that child will never come out of that brainwash unless the power of Yahuwah comes upon him. This is why I say the people in Hollywood, what they do is that they get them young, these pedophiles, they get them young. Once they get them young, they defile them. They defile them so much that the spirit of their innocence leaves them and they start to understand the ways of the world. Is when they start to understand the ways of the world and they are thoroughly corrupted. That is when they now put them into stardom and fame. Because the world does not want innocence from children. It wants them to be defiled. And not just children alone, but people who have pure hearts. People who have pure hearts are prime targets for harassment and bullying. Bullying is designed to destroy the heart and mind of the innocent. Yes, bullying is designed to destroy the heart and mind of the innocent. This is why people who, you know, are pure-hearted people, They are the ones that get the most amount of trash in this world. Women don't respect them, most definitely. The women of this world despise them. The men of this world take advantage of them, and the people around them see them as nothing more than just expendable punching bags. Those are the pure and innocent. Women do not love them. Men harass them and bully them, and in some cases destroy them, take them out from the face of the earth completely. And the people around them see them as expendable punching bags. This is why it feels like as if good people don't exist in this world anymore. Is because this world is designed to strip goodness away from you. And this is why good people are usually at the bottom of society. Yes, if you want to rise to the top of society, you have to be cutthroat and ruthless. And they say it every day and they mean it. They say it every day and they mean it. Why? Because that is what the world requires. If you are innocent, if you are somebody who is kind in nature, people, they would abuse you, use you, they will be at the bottom of society. Some of these people, you see them, they go insane, they go crazy. These are the same people that would literally cry out in public spaces and say, has the world gone mad? It's not that the world has always been mad. It's just that you've become a victim of the world's madness. So the children of Yahshua scattered to the four corners of the earth, severely oppressed, brainwashed, because our people are constantly being harassed by social engineers and Luciferians. Yes, children of Yahshua all over the world are constantly being harassed and destroyed and humiliated by Luciferians and social engineers designed to create the conditions that we have today. They hijack what we have, they twist it to their own version, and then they reproduce it to make us destroy each other. Look at the black community in America. Look at the Caribbean culture. Violence, gangs, poverty. Look at here in Nigeria, violence, agbero, people, almanjiri, poverty. That is the society that was recreated for us to keep us far away from our maker. That's the design. This is the design Hashatan has come up with. And unfortunately, he has been successful because a vast majority of us, 90% of us, I would say, are like this. We accept gang culture because that is what has been presented to us. Well, gang culture now is dead, but now it has been replaced with something else. And this is the world they want for us. Because Esau, like I said earlier in this video, Esau wants to drag Jacob down. He wants to drag him down for him to also receive the judgment that he is going to face. He knows it's finished. Esau knows it's finished. The Nephilim know they are finished. So they have to drag children of Jacob down, and the innocent amongst all the Gentiles of the world. Because if Yasharel is no longer a nation, then the innocent has no place of refuge to stay. Truly. Yasharel is not a nation. If Yasharel is not a nation, then the innocent have no place to stay, to call refuge, to call a holy nation where they can serve and know Yahuah in peace, or they can be good people. There is no nation for us without a nation. Even this current nation called Nigeria that we claim to have, it's a cacophony of madness. Seriously, it's a cacophony of madness. It is a bunch of people with no shared common identity coming together to rule. And this is a Freemasonic project coming together into a country. And this is a Freemasonic project. Nigeria is a land of slaves. People need to accept reality that Nigeria has never been a country. It has never ever been a country. It's a land of slave. It is the slaves that are left over that they don't want to bring to the Americas and Europe, because now one thing they did, the British did, because they knew about the prophecy of Deuteronomy 20. They knew. So one thing the British did was that, okay, they said, okay, the British and the Portuguese, they said, okay, we'll not be dealing with slavery anymore. And these SOS people will not be dealing with slavery anymore, right? We won't be dealing with slavery anymore. We'll leave you guys alone. But here are our conditions. They put those conditions there, and those conditions are designed to make it that we will not, you see, no matter where we go to, it doesn't matter where we go to in this world, no matter where we go to, we will be the ones to bring ourselves into slavery. Yes, we will be the ones to push ourselves into slavery. They will not do that for their people. They will not bring their people to come out. Yes, even if they do it, it's just for training or expatriate or something, just to liaising with the government, because our government are our handlers, they are the jailers. So what they did is that they made it so that the children of Israel in this land will not, you know, that prophecy to them, they think, that prophecy, they are not, so there is no judgment for them. They've taken the transatlantic, the slaves, and they did not take everybody, because Yahuah said that they shall take you and no one shall buy you. They shall take you and they will sell you, and no one will redeem you. So they say, let's not take all these people away. So that, because they were testing the limits. They think Yahuah doesn't have sense, but Yahuah knows these tricks. He knows the tricks that Esau is pulling. So he left some of the children of Yasharah here. They left them here, but they created the conditions. The conditions he gave were so bad. He created a condition or conditions that made it so that our people will willingly give themselves over. Willingly give themselves over. That's why children born in those foreign countries, they are not considered citizens of the country of their father and their, no, they are considered citizens of that land. All right, I've talked a lot, but all praise be unto Yahuah. Okay, let's go. Accept the peacemakers, for they are truly the heirs of Elohim. Is it not written, listen, my children, and I will teach you the ways that are good, causing you to seek for shalom and maintain it. I accept those who suffer in the cause of mankind. These are the Beatitudes. Oh. Don't think this is just, me just saying this. No, These are the the extended, true extended version of the Beatitudes. Accept those who suffer in the cause of mankind, for on them shall fall the mantle of honor in the reign of the ruler. Is it not written, when they scorned and abused me, I was strengthened by the wrath of Yahuah, and nothing can now dismay me. Accept those whose motive when seeking to do good are misunderstood, for their place in honor is established. Is it not written, because they have reviled and slandered you, eternal honor shall be granted? Hmm. You know, you want to do good to people, but people interpret it as evil. You want to help your family break out of a generational curse. It may seem unorthodox, you follow after the laws and the principles of Yahuwah, and it may seem unorthodox because our people are idol worshippers, unfortunately. But Yahuwah is saying that this gives you honor in my eyes, literally. You see, one thing about Yahuwah is that he rewards good deeds, but your good deeds should not come at the cost or expense of you committing sin. Yes, you should not do that. Yahuwah rewards good deeds in the sense that he rewards you doing good to others, and he rewards you helping others who may or may not deserve that help. Literally. Yahuwah is selfless, and he expects us, those who actually shit. Yeah, he expects us, those who follow after him, to be selfless. And this is a life, this internet. Alright. You know, Yahuwah is love. When it says that Yahuwah is love, it's genuinely love. But the problem is, people don't know what love actually means. What's going on? So, people don't know what love actually means. I have to keep going because I can't stop. I don't know why this light is switching all of a sudden. It's- So, let me continue. Accept those whose motive are seeking to, okay. You whom I accept are the salt of the earth, but if the savor of the yeah, sorry about that. There was a power outage at my place. Trying to the and because of that, the internet is connected directly to power, so I won't be able to like do. I won't be able to say much. Yeah, I wasn't able to say much. Sorry. So let's continue. You whom I accept as salt of the earth, but if the savor of the salt disappear, it is useless. A salt without any flavor will be good for nothing. So those without goodness in their heart serve no purpose. As salt add flavor to food, so do good men make life more acceptable. I am your light. Look at this. Yahusha is he's very wise. He says, I am your light. Yes, I am your light, but you are the light of the world. Therefore, build a strong city set on a hill. He said, therefore, build a strong. So, not saying that you should build if you are a city set upon a hill. He said, build a strong city set upon a hill. For a light shining from a hilltop cannot be hidden. I have given you the light so that it may be put to use. For men do not put a lighted candle under a green basket, but in a candlestick where it can light up from. Let your light so shine before men that they may see the path clearly. Join your lights together is calling the assembly so that they combine to form an unquenchable flame. For while a candle is easily snuffed out, it will take many men to subdue a forest fire. Praise be Yahuah. These are the words of Yahusha, Savior of Yasharel, King of Yasharel, and Savior of the earth. You hear what Yahusha said. He said, He's the light, though, but you are His light. Yes, He is our light, but we should also be light to other men. So we should reflect the characteristics and behaviors of Yahusha. People used to say, what would Yahusha do? No, they used to say, call him Jesus for. Yeah, I don't think people should be doing that anymore because now Yahuah is not playing the games of ignorance. You know, he gave people opportunity now to basically call his name. His name is widespread now. The reason why Christians still call him Jesus is because of their stubbornness and stiff neckness. They hate anything that relates to Yahuah and Yahusha because they are possessed by demonic spirits. But anyways, I digress. The reason why Yahusha said that we should be the light that people used to say, what would Yahusha do, right? What would Yahusha do? Or what would JC do? But people don't reflect the behaviors of Yahusha. And I mean reflect, they are not kind to people. I've seen this in so many people used to tell me their stories of how in this country, I don't know about the other country, but in this country, there are people that will go to church. They are workers in church. They are, you know, they're very fervent. You see them, they will do go for prayer night and all this. But they are very, very wicked. Some of these people, they will come, yes, and night, they'll be in the club in the morning, Sunday morning, with the sun worship morning. They will go to the church and be raising up filthy hands. These I say, these buildings are just centers of abomination. So many scandals, so many problems. Centers of abomination. There are a lot of people that just practice abominable acts there. But you cover it up with the church. They think they are smart. That's the thing. People think they can fool Yahuah. Human beings. Human beings are very, very dumb. Human beings think they can fool the Heavenly Father, but they can't. Yahuah knows these tricks. He understands this trick. He knows that human beings are going to be lawless. They are going to go to a place where for 6 days they practice lawlessness. On the seventh day now they want to be holy. How does that make sense? These people don't keep the Shabbat. These people are cold-hearted people. Imagine somebody, you deduct somebody's salary because of came late. Cold-hearted, lack of love. These people have lack of love. They eat anyhow. They eat like animals. Just any food that comes out. They eat crab, shrimp, catfish, you know, no, deer meat is clean. Rabbits, crocodile, they just eat. They are so wicked, but yet they go to churches. They are hypocrites. Hypocrisy is the one thing that will bring the Christian church down. Yes, hypocrisy is the very one thing that will bring the Christian churches down. And it is that same thing that will lead many people to their early graves because these people still choose to follow after religion. Christianity has always been a religion from the very jump. Even in the Apocrypha, there was no mention of, in the Old Testament, in the Apocrypha, there was no mention of Christianity. And it was only mentioned once in the book of Acts, and it was an insult. So, why would you attach yourself to a label that doesn't benefit nor suit you? You believe in lies because they are comfortable to you. They are comfortable, they confirm your bias and your ego, but the truth, you reject it because you are meant to submit to the truth. That means all your ego, all your bias, you will have to drop it. You will have to destroy it and shatter it. Yeah, one thing Yahuah will do very well for you if you have ego and pride is that he will destroy your ego and shatter your pride. That's the one thing Yahuah will do as a man. When you come to him, he will destroy your ego and shatter your pride, but will give you dignity, he will give you wisdom, he will give you true understanding for you to understand who he is. And this is why people play these games because they choose to be rebellious. Yahuah, Yahuah knows these games that these people play, and he's not playing them. He doesn't really give two hoots about them. But one thing we, as followers of Yahuah, followers of the way, should do is that we have to reflect what Yahusha, what Yahuah demands from us. That means we have to lead by example. That's what that part of scripture is saying. It said, you are the salt of the earth, you have to give flavor to the world. How do you do that? You lead by example. You guard the Torah, you are the light of the world. You should come together as one and fully follow after my way, and you become strong and mighty. But we too, as lights, need to lead by example. How do we do that? We guard his Torah. I'm still going far. It's a very long this now, verse 19. Be stout and resolute, for the struggle will be grim. Oh, the foe is willing and well entrenched behind thick walls. So that means you are at war, a very difficult spiritual war. That's what you are. You are in a difficult spiritual war the moment you truly give your life to Yahuwah. And this is why Christianity never tells you or shows you the power of Yahuwah. Never. They they have why if they had the power of Yahuwah, there will be no need for them to for these so-called fathers of faith to go to shamans. There will be no need for them to do that. In fact, the Edomites will never do anything that will help the children of Israel. Never. They will rob the kingdom from you, and then they will give you a substandard, weak ass version of what they are so that they can continue to oppress you. Edom Esau gets his kick off oppressing Jacob. Yes, he gets his kick and his thrill off of oppressing Jacob. He did it during Yahusha's time. He did it when our people were kicked out from Spain and Portugal, and he's doing it now. All the funding and this thing. But right now, Esau's hand has been busy, which gives us the time, praise Yahuah, to serve Yahuah. So, because he's waging war against all the nations are against him, and this is a prophecy too, because all of Esau's lovers will run away from him. They will even be the ones to pillage him, or tear him to pieces. But let's continue. Yeah, that's in the book of Obadiah. So I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that this. So those who have lived with poverty and misery, maintaining a cheerful heart, sir, in tribulation, will arise to splendor. Praise Yah. Those who are broken, serving the cause of Yahuwah, will receive a mantle of splendor. Those whose proper desires remain unfulfilled on earth will find fulfillment in the Shamayim. Those who have cheerfully borne affliction or deformity will radiate strength, and those who die for the cause of justice and shalom will inherit life in splendor. Now, this is where we are getting to Yahusha's rejection. I reject those who oppose the rule of Elohim. Number one, Yahuwah, Yahusha is saying, I reject those who oppose the rule of Elohim. The very forefront of the line will be the kings of this world, because they are Luciferians, all of them. The kings of this world are Luciferians. The bloodline of Esau too. So those ones, scrap them out. They are not even going to even see it, let alone enjoy. They will not even be partakers of it. Now, let's continue. I herald the reborn world, even as I was heralded. I herald the reborn world, even as I was heralded. But this while such as this encumber the earth, it will not be reborn. I assure you this. Unless the world be reborn, it cannot know. Sorry, I mean it's middle of the night, so don't really expect me to be at my best strength. Be reborn. It cannot know the rule of Elohim. The upheaval of the labor pains will be great. Oh, that's coming judgment. For though many will say, speed the day with their lips, in their heart they'll be saying, the cost is too great, spare the coming. Mhm. By their fruits they shall be known, and by their deeds they shall be judged. This part is where people will say, Christians, they like to say this, they say, God's judgment, God's just just do this thing and be done away with. Let us get into the new Jerusalem. And even our people in the assembly, so they also say this. They'll say, Yahuwah, please bring speedy judgment. You want speedy judgment, but you don't understand that speedy judgment will also affect you, because you'll be the first in line. Because Yahuwah will basically have to punish you first before he punishes the world. Yeah, you don't recognize that. Another thing is that in their hearts, they will say, what that part of that scripture is saying is that people will say that let Yahuwah's judgment come, let Yahuwah come, right? And bring judgment to evil and wickedness and all these things. But in their heart, they are saying, oh, I wish that I could do this while this world is still intact. Oh, I wish I could do this while this world is still intact. While this world is still wicked. They want to enjoy the benefits of a wicked world, but they are asking for Yahuwah to come and bring judgment. You see how paradoxical and how hypocritical that is. That's a paradox. You want Yahuwah's judgment, but you want to have some form of enjoyment in this world. One thing you have to realize it, yeah, like with living in this world is that even if you live a simple life, you will not escape troubles. Never. Even if you live a simple life in this wicked world, you will never escape troubles. Ever. Especially when you follow after Yahuwah. Oh gosh, you will never escape troubles. Troubles will come upon you in several multitudes. That's one thing our people, they want to. I pity all those people that they want to be rich in this world. I really pity them. You want to have money, you want to have success in this world that is dying, is finished. There is nothing in this world again. The world knows that it's on its last. People think this is a transitory period. This is not. Don't let me use curse word. This is not a transitory period. This is it. This is the end. This is the deadline. This is the end. The very end of the story. Of the story of the rulership of Hashatan in this world. This is literally the end. There is no transition. The only transition that will come is the moment, and it's going to be a very big one, is the moment Yahusha comes back to rule on earth. And at that point, this world will be a dead zone. The only place in this world that will have any form of life or enjoyment or prosperity or wealth will be in Zion. That will be the only place. Because the rest of the world, society will collapse. All these civilizations that we have right now, all these buildings and architectures, everything, all this system, the system that we currently have will be destroyed completely. The European Union will dissolve the moment Yahusha comes. The European Union will have no power anymore because Yahuwah will strip all the power they have on them, all of it. All the power that the European Union will have will be nothing but 2 cents and a pack of cigarettes. That will be it. That will be all the power they have. 2 cents and a pack of cigarettes. That means they don't have a. What I mean by 2 cents and a pack of cigarettes, it means that they would live. Right now, Yasharel is living at the very bottom of society, the undertail of society, not the bottom. At least the bottom, you have a chance to rise up. No, the undertail of society. Only the very few are here, like 10%, because those 10% are being used against the 90% which are here at the very bottom. You can't even see my hand self because that's how useless they are right now, right? And the European, at least the European standard of living is up here. But at that time, you know, those that are left of Yasharel, and I said those that are left, I did not say all of Yasharel because Yahuwah has basically said that 2/3 are going to be removed. And even in the wilderness, there is going to be a set of people that are also going to be removed, the rebels. But those that are left, this is where their status is going to be. They will rule the earth. They will have complete ownership and rulership over the earth. And all the things that the Europeans have. Because the Europeans knew what they were doing when they were oppressing us. They knew our heritage. We've had an history with them. So they knew everything now. But the thing is that at that point they will not exist to be a nation anymore. Never. Yahuah will not allow, he will not allow that. Yahusha will not allow that. So the EU and Europe will be dissolved, completely shattered to pieces, never to be built back again. And what remains of it is what the children of Yasharal is going to use. The same way they carved up Africa. This is a prophecy. The same way they carved up Africa as a slice of cake is the same way they are going to carve up Europe and Asia as a piece of cake. It will be the same way. Even much greater, sorry, much greater, because Europe and Asia are going to be carved up like pieces of cake. The same way they carved up Africa like a piece of cake is the same way Europe and Asia will be carved up like pieces of cake. And they would have to migrate. They will have to be coming every year to be giving tributes to Yahusha. Yes. And those tributes are not going to be small. Yes, because they have to do that for the years of oppression and the years of lawlessness that, no, the generations of lawlessness that they have committed against the children of Yasharal. Honestly, it's going to be a good time for those who hold on to the faith. This is why, Satan is pulling all the stops to make sure that, we fall off completely. And me as follow, those are followers of Yahuah, we just have to be strong and do the will of the Heavenly Father. It may be hard, but Yahuah is our light, is our guide. Okay, let's go. 21. We're almost there. I reject the rich who live with their riches, or those who live beyond the bounds of moderation, for they shall be humbled in outer darkness. And is it not written, those in house of comfort, where they sleep at ease, listening to instruments of music and sleep on soft beds of ivory, shall not survive? When I was reading this, Spirit of your Most High just brought me to Elon Musk. I was like, $1 trillion in valuation. That's just in valuation. That's just how much is valued. But there are people in this world who have more than that. Well, not 1 trillion in valuation, but they have wealth, a lot of wealth, generational wealth. They have generational wealth where them and their children will not have to work a day in their life. But guess what? These people stole it from their own people. And guess what? Yahuwah says that he despised them. Yes. Why do you think Yahusha said that it is much easier when people talk about needle, they think it's that small double. No, Yahusha was talking about the pain of a needle. He was very clear when he said it. He said it is much more easier for a camel to go into the eye of a needle, not that small door frame. In ancient Yahusha, there's something called a needle. A needle is one small door frame where one person can enter in at a time. Now, most people would think that, oh, that's what it meant, right? No, Yahusha was actually talking about sewing needle. Sewing needle in Yahusha it had a very big pin. Not very big like massive, but like the pin was big. Not like the ones that we have right now. But those ones that are lanky, they are thin. But those ones they are neat because most of their clothes were either wool or linen. So And those things, they are the I think you see like spork, and it has one large hole, and people used to tie it and they use it for clothes. Yahusha said that it is much more easier for a camel to enter into that small eye of a needle. He will have more chance. It will even be a miracle. He said that that would be a very great miracle indeed than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahuah. Why? Because the rich stole. Because the people that we call rich people, there are two categories. And in this world system, the categories matters. There are rich people who worked for their wealth, but and these ones acquire pride and ego. And then there are those that steal the wealth of others. So Yahusha is saying that these two categories, yes, you worked for your work and you became wealthy. You know, the world blessed you. Yahuwah blessed you with wealth, right? But guess what? You have an ego and you have pride. And that pride will not allow you to receive what Yahuwah demands from you because you believe in your pride that you are untouchable. You've gotten to the upper echelons of society. But the thing is that the things of Yahuwah is very, very detailed. This stuff has expiry dates. And then there are the thieves who became rich by stealing from others. Those ones are even worse. For the one who worked hard for it, he has the means to build the backup, even if it collapses. And it will take him time, it will pain him, but he would have the means to build the backup. And Yahuwah can also use it to teach him a lesson. Look at the case of Job. But the one that is a thief and stole the wealth from his own people. We see this with our politicians. They are literal thieves. They don't create anything. They steal from the people. The wealth that is supposed to go into the hands of the people, they hoard it. And then they oppress the poor and the needy. The money that is supposed to go to the hands of the poor and the needy so that they will bless Yahuwah, they hoard it. This is why you see so many. What's going on now in Nigeria with so many young people becoming very destitute and desperate is because the older generation that is supposed to hand over the wealth to the younger generations, right? They are hoarding it. They are hoarding the wealth now, and they don't want to let, and they have to gaslight the younger generation. This is why you see these people, they come out, these older Yasharel that are fools, that claim to be elders. They will say, this, you children, you are lazy, you don't know anything, you don't know what's going on in this world. Some even say, you want free handouts. A lot of people used to say that. They want free handouts. But these things, they are temporary, literally. They don't last. They really do not last at all. I used to sit down and wonder the things that our parents used to look at that time and the things that many of us turn around and say, what is this? What's this garbage? That time limousine, oh gosh. When I was younger, limousine used to be the pending thing at that time. So if I use penguin, is a UK kind of slang. But they used to be some of the most penguin thing at that time. But now it's scrap. Nobody wants a long car to flex on who. Who are you flexing on? People want efficiency and tech more than a long car that shows class and status. Class and status used to be something that used to be appraised in the 2000s and 2010, but now class and status mean nothing. Yes, it means nothing now. Absolutely jack shit. Because now people's eyes are open. People don't care about those glamour anymore. Those things have become trash. Is he a poor man that is looking for what to eat that will be looking at rich limousine? No. In fact, they will be looking at ways on how to stone the person inside that limousine now because they know that that person is a thief or that person got in through nepotism. And one thing about rich people is that they become victims of their own success and failures. They've succeeded in oppressing the people, but guess what? The people have become vicious. They've created a world and a society. You see, these people, they think that they are, by doing all these evil things that they are doing, you know, working with Hashatan to get all the riches and wealth. They think that they are getting away scot free and they will get away scot. They don't know that they are all sitting under a ticking time bomb, literally. Because the moment the people that they've destroyed become disillusioned, they have no means to protect. Who is going to protect them? Literally, who will protect them? The bodyguards that they will send to protect them, or the army or the this that they will send to, if if the people cannot get to those people, the army will get to them. If the army doesn't get to them, and they fly out of the country, the people that they worked for will get to them. They will now become the new slave class in the country that they sat upon, and they thought that they had safety and they are in midst of European friends. They will betray them. It's like these our leaders don't know how Europeans work. They really don't. They are very foolish people, honestly. All our leaders, very foolish people, religious leader and political leader are combined. They're extremely foolish. They don't know how these Europeans get down. And it's because they've not been in an environment where an European has showed them shege. Literally, they've not been in an environment where because Europeans are still doing cuddly with them. But the time they change it for them, oh gosh, that's when they know that these Europeans that they are dealing with are super. I'm not talking about all Europeans. I'm talking about the rich Europeans. The all those rich Europeans, that's when they realize that they are super racist. Super. That's when they realize that they are super racist, and that's when they realize all that wealth is for nothing. All the riches and the luxuries and everything that destroying the lives of their people, killing innocent people just to hide a scandal or something. All of that is for nothing. It means nothing. Gold and silver will be. You know how bad the prophecy has to be when Yahusha said that gold and silver will be tossed like trash on the streets. People will toss their gold and silver like trash. Yes, these rich people, they don't know what's coming for them. They really don't. Alright. I reject those who gorge themselves with refinement of food while other hunger, for they shall hunger in the reign of Yahuah. Is it not written, they who serve Yahuah will be filled, but those who do not will want. Those who gorge themselves in refinement, gluttony, you want to hoard everything, but you don't want to give out. State of our Nigerian leaders. They want to hoard everything. They want to steal the wealth of the young and the old, and they don't want to give out any. Even the ones that they give it out begrudgingly, just so that they can mark a quota that yes, we did this so. Because if it's up to them, they will steal all the wealth of this nation and they will run away with it. If it was up to them, they will steal all the wealth of the nation and they will run away with it. Because these people, they don't think about anything. They are Luciferians, and Luciferians live for this world. That's all. This is all they have. Yes, this is all they will ever have. Oh, you don't believe that your Nigerian leaders are Luciferians? Well, you have to be dumber than rocks for you not to believe. These people eat flesh and drink the blood of men, specifically our people. They have an acquired taste for our own people. Yes. Why do you think kidnapping in Lagos was such a big thing? Still is such a big thing in Lagos. It's just that kidnapping at a time in the 2010s was very prevalent in Lagos. But that time, people didn't really know. People in other states didn't really know what was going on. It's just now that is happening to them. That is when they are now knowing. And people are not even bringing up this history. There was a time Lagos used to be so, like, kidnappings were so prevalent in Lagos that people use anything later than 10 p.m., 9 p.m., sorry, no, 8 p.m., you are at risk of losing your life. You are at risk of losing. There have been many horror stories that have been flying around Lagos of people getting kidnapped, entering one child's bus, and they do it for the rich elites because they have an acquired taste for human flesh. They won't show this in the media. Europeans can still show it because those ones, they live by the edge, and their contracts allows them to. But our own people will never say it. They will never tell you, ever. They will never tell you. They know what they know. They know the secret deals they made with each other. They know the blood covenants they made with each other. They know. They know the pacts they made with each other. They run. Why do you think the Ogboni cult is still very much in play? And the Freemasons are still very much here. Illuminati too. Aye confraternity. Why are they here? Black Axe still very strong. Why do you think and why do you think all your celebrities and all your leaders are part of these confraternities? They are there because they made a pact with Hashatan to keep the children of Yasharel in this land in bondage. I praise Yahuah that my that he allowed me to see the truth. My None of my family knew who my great grandfather was. None of them. None of my family knew my apart from my grandpa, my I don't know the history of my great grandfather and my great great grandfather until I decided to check one day and I realized that let's not go there. My great 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 grandfather was a slave trader, was a former slave of Portugal before he came back to Nigeria and adopted the name of Williams. And he had multiple children. And I didn't know why certain generational curses followed upon the Williams family for a very long time. I didn't know until I understood that truth. Until Yahuah revealed it to me. Now I have to fix the mistake that my great 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 grandfather has made, and nobody in our family knows why that part of history is the way it is. But I praise Yahuah because I know that He'll reward my efforts. It's not going to be easy, but I know that He will reward my efforts. Okay, verse 23. I reject those who scorn the way of wisdom, seeking vain pleasure that dull the ruach, for they shall be sorrowful in their proper place. Is it not written, the ruach of those who serve Yahuwah shall be joyful, but the ruach of those who reject him shall weep in sorrow and regret. I reject the arrogant and selfish, and those mainly concerned with themselves, for they will be friendless in their place. Is it not written, the things built on selfishness and false pride will be broken? I reject liars and deceivers, for their abode is a place of darkness. Is it not written, the deceitful shall not know the presence of Yahuwah? So, three things: those who seek after vain pleasures, those who are selfish, and those who are deceivers. You know, a lot of people chase after pleasures of life to remove themselves from reality. And they have to do it because they have nothing to live for, literally. And people go to clubs to have companionship. And people drink alcohol to forget their problems. And people have sex in order to fill the void of not having a relationship. But these are the very things that will destroy our people, because these are the very things that Yahuwah calls vain pleasure, and it does not lead one to the truth at all. It doesn't lead one to knowing Yahuwah. Yes, you may forego your problems now, but guess what? That doesn't mean your problems have gone away. You may forget about your problems by taking alcohol or by taking one sip of cigarette. So that was a Boondocks reference. You're taking off the edge with some cigarette or oncolus in Colorado, but these things give no joy, just temporary pleasure, just passing of time. Even Colo sef will even make you mad. So I don't want people to take that too. Anyways, but the arrogant and selfish are people who believe that they know too much, or they they are the center of everything. The main character syndrome. I used to call it main character syndrome because that's what it is. Arrogant and selfish people have main character syndrome. They believe that the world revolves around them, that they are the author and finisher of their own story. That's what they believe. And it instills pride, boastfulness in them, haughtiness in them. They are concerned about themselves because they focus on their own mission, what they want to achieve, what they need to see, their results. It's them, I, me, I. That I see so many people, you know, this foolishness of this New Year's resolution that time. They'll say, this new year, I'm going to work out. This new year, this is, I. The world of I, me, myself, and I. Main character syndrome is that same kind of mindset that Hashatan had that made him to fall. Main character syndrome. It's a disease that needs to be ripped out from the minds of people. Yes. Yeah, Yahuah gives you autonomy, but you are not the main character in the story. The main character in the story has already fulfilled this. He's even going to come and now when he comes back, he's not coming back with talks. It's not going to be talking. It's action, it's war. Are you ready to throw your life away just to resist me? That's it. Yahusha is not coming for to talk. I say I've come to bring peace. I've not come to bring peace. No, it's not coming for that. All that is bringing a sword and his robe is drenched with the blood of his enemies. You know what that means? It means he has killed tons of people, or he's going to kill a whole lot of people because that's going to be Yahuah's time. Stick around for cause it's prime time TV. Yes, it's going to be prime time TV for Yahusha. That means every person will witness him, will see him, and they will mourn because at that time he's going to be the one setting up his own kingdom, writing his own story. So if you don't walk in the faith or walk in the truth of Yahuwah, oh gosh, you are following after Christianity, Islam, religions of this world, just know you are finished. Yeah, seriously, just know you are finished. You are seriously finished. Yahusha is not going to take it. It's not going to come and be say, yeah, come and do all that once is story for the gods. The day of Yahusha is going to be a day of great slaughter. Great slaughter. One the world has never seen. And unfortunately, a lot of people are still stuck on stupid because they believe in lies, unfortunately. Yeah, and the liars and deceivers, those ones that their job is to lie and deceive the children of Yahshua. Okay, let's go. Four more chapters and we'll be done. I reject those who encourage ignorance, walking stiff-necked, their hearts an unopened book, for they shall not be enlightened. Is it not written, those who show scorn on the words of others and close their eyes to righteousness shall not receive a righteous reward in their place? Most definitely, you will never receive a righteous reward if you are stiff-necked. You know, you yeah, and this is the problem with our people. a vast majority of our people will come, will say, "We are not the children of Yasharel. We are Africans. We are not the Jews." Sorry. Yeah. Ah, the the foolishness of our people knows no doubt, knows no bound. Very wise to do evil. Oh gosh, very wise to do crafts. But the way of righteousness, they don't know. One guy was speaking to my own was like, "We are African people. We are going to our traditional roots." I'm like, why didn't your traditional roots deliver you from the transatlantic, deliver our people from the transatlantic slave trade? Why are people going to Europe to go and receive asylum? Why are people going to Europe to go and receive asylum? Why are they going to um, Europe just so that they can have opportunities? Why is our government shit? Why is everything in this country shit? Literally, I thought you're supposed to build a kingdom of African spirituality, the spirit of our ancestors, like the foolishness that they used to say, the foolishness of the spirit of their ancestors. The dead does not talk. Dead men tell no tales. Literally. Yahuah said that the dead they are sleeping. They don't there is nothing, they are sleeping, they are gone, they've passed on from this world. There is nothing. If they die right in righteousness, they'll be expecting the day of resurrection. If not, until on here, that's it. They are gone. Their souls are rotting in hell. And Yahuah doesn't really give two shits because while they were alive, they hated the law of Yahuah. Literally. People, Yahuah is loving, yes, but the thing is that Yahuah really doesn't give two shits about people who don't care about his love. Yes, he might still give those who genuinely love him grace, most definitely. He gives them grace and he gives them the opportunity to grow in him. But those ones that they don't care, they have no respect for Yahuwah's law and his Torah, like what he said here, the ignorant, those who encourage ignorance, those ones, Yahuwah just, he show this one in which, why would I be wasting my time on this disobedient child? Throw this one away, we ignore this one, let's focus on the one that is more important. Let's give this one the strength for him to grow in the work so that but this one, let him die. When he's ready, if he's still alive, when he's ready, he will come to me. I'll teach him my ways. That's if he's ready. Or if he's not, he can go to hell for all I care. Now, a Christian will be hearing this and he'll be having heart palpitations. Please, if you are, if the I won't even say if you are in Christianity, most definitely you all are just in idolatry unless you follow after Yahuwah. Literally, unless you follow after Yahuwah. Um, alright. A lot of people encourage ignorance, stupidity. This Olodo uprising is a case example of what that is. The Olodo uprising is just a way to encourage ignorance, to bolster ignorance upon the society. A lot of people are Olodos, even those that they learned that they came from education, they are Olodos, they are idiots. But Yahuwah can use anyone in as much as it doesn't matter whether you are educated or uneducated, but the goal is that you need to understand his Torah, his laws and his Torah. You need to walk in the Ruach HaKodesh. And that comes by you understanding the Torah and knowing him. genuinely, not through lip service, not because somebody told me, not because of that, because you genuinely love Him and you want to do His will. All right, let's go. I reject the fornicators and adulterers and those seeking after lewd pleasures, for they shall go to a place of uncleanness. Is it not written, only they that are clean can come into the presence of Yahuah? I reject those who are in any way causing needless suffering, for they shall go into a place of pain. Is it not written, he who caused distress, though it be done in secret, yet he is seen and will repay. I reject the hypocrites and the self-deceivers, for their loathsomeness or for their hatefulness will be properly purged. Is it not written? Words not written in the heart should never issue out from the mouth. Hypocrisy, deceiving people. These same people that will say, eh, um, you know, they'll be saying, "Oh, we are messengers of God. Oh, do God's will. You have to do God's will." They won't tell you what God's will is, but they just tell you that do God's will. Do not lie, do not steal. But these people lie, these people steal. They destroy the lives of people while coming up to the pulpit and saying, God will bless you. They destroy people's futures while coming up to the podium and saying, I'm a Christian. Well, they are a religion, so obviously they are displaying their lawlessness. But they'll say, I believe in God. It can only be God that I am here. Uh, lying wonders, wonders shall never cease. Or this set of people, they are they know the truth. They know the truth, but they have pleasures in unrighteousness. They now, in the exception that they want to change and they genuinely want to change, they may have some addictions they are dealing with and they are asking Yahuah to. One thing, Yahuah wins you off your addictions. Doesn't just cut it out. Yes, he cuts it immediately, but the thing is that it's possible that you can go right back to it. Circumstances can cause you to go right back to it. So things that it wins you off from addiction, it makes you realize that these things that I'm doing, it's disgusting, it's trash. And this one reason, this is one thing why um you know the the Master's Voice Prophecy blog didn't get right. You know, to me, I feel like she used to back others, but she doesn't really get into on the like full understanding of some things. And this is because she's also reading from a Christian mindset, which is very wrong. Yahuah, you see, one thing people need to understand is that addictions are built over time. They are like habits. When you go through deliverance is, yes, you can go through it in the way that you pray, you fast, and you no longer have the desire for it, right? But that way, it will not, like, if anything were to happen in the future, you will go right back to it, and it will even be worse. So what Yahuwah does is that he wins you out of that thing. He makes it deep, like he allows the Ruach HaKodesh to make it extremely uncomfortable for you to actually do it, continue to do it, or want to continue to do it. That's why it gives you grace. That's why, you know, if you do it once and you feel this conviction in your spirit that it's like as if not chest bump per se, but like something like a spiritual chest bump, but sorrow, very deep sorrow that you did this thing, you did this disgusting thing. And that's the power of the Ruach HaKodesh. That you did this thing. It will torment you first, especially when you want to come into the truth. So it will make you feel like as if this thing that you did was disgusting and stuff. So but over time, it's slowly winning you. It making you realize that over time you just be like, why did I do this? Like why did I do all this? Like I just tormented myself for no reason. No. And this is why that goes to show the power of Yahuah. You know, Yahuah doesn't just immediately remove something from no. Yes, he can do that when people are possessed by demonic spirits. Yahusha did it. So Yahusha did it, and the apostles too did it. And it's possible for the followers of Yahusha to do it. But those are those like obsessed by demonic spirits. Those are those that are, they've had demons living in. People with habits and addictions have stronghold, demonic strongholds. Those ones are broken over time of constantly following and guarding the Torah. Those ones are broken over time. It's not something that it just breaks. That this is why all those deliverance ministers they just do nonsense. They don't really know what deliverance is. They just call to do boom. The spirit of darkness away. No. Yahuah is a balm of Gilead. One thing about balms, healing balms, is that they don't just relieve your pain overnight. It takes time. Once you continue to apply it on a sore wound, the wound will be healing. Its goal is to make sure that that wound, bacteria doesn't enter that wound, to make it so that it will not grow, so that and it will not cause problems for you. So that's why that balm, healing balm, is there, so that it will allow your cells and your tissues to heal. It will even strengthen it. It will strengthen your cells and your tissues to be able to heal faster. And this is why the words of Yahuwah are so powerful. Unfortunately, people are not taught properly on how to read them. So, this last one. Woe to all who hear my words but twist their meaning to suit their own convenience. If a man says he's with me but does not abide by my teachings, then he's a hypocrite. If he says, I live in circumstances where this does not apply, he's a liar. Far better that such of these say we are against you, for until they do, the world will not be reborn. You can't say circumstances will not allow you to keep the Torah. It's not possible. You keeping the Torah is not difficult. You just have to adjust your lifestyle to what Yahuwah says. That's literally just it. Like adjust your lifestyle to what Yahuwah said, and you know understanding through studying of the word. The book of the law shall not depart from your heart, from your mind, sorry, but thou shalt meditate on it day and night, and in it you shall have good success. You will have good success if you consistently meditate on the words of Yahuah. You know, keeping the Shabbat is not difficult. The problem is we live in a world where people have rejected, especially our people, they rejected the Shabbat and they've been taught to hate the Shabbat. Yes, they've been taught to hate the laws of Yahuah through indoctrination of religion, not just Christianity alone. Christianity is just one sect, it's just one branch. The other branch is Islam. Another one is African spirituality. Another one is atheism. Uh, atheism brings like nihilism, makes you to believe that there is nothing left, there is nothing else this world has. So there's nothing in this world. There's no Yahuah. There's no, there's nothing. An atheist believe that there is nothing, that they are the epitome of moral judgment. Self, like I said, main character syndrome. They believe that they are the center of it all, and because of that, they fall into nihilism. They believe that there is no meaning to life, and that's a lie from our Shatan. Because there is meaning to life, and that meaning is to serve Yahuwah. That meaning is actually to serve Yahuwah. And some are people that adopt Judaism foolishness. You'll be reading the Talmud. When you have the Torah with you, you are reading the Talmud. You are following 613 laws of the Talmud, thinking that you know God. No, you don't know God. You are following the synagogue of Satan. This is why, see, um, sorry if people in the assembly, because I know that a vast majority of the people in the assembly are from those southeast southwest region, Igbo people. Sorry, but a lot of you guys are too loud when it comes to your heritage. Literally, Yoruba people are not wise. I get that they are extremely foolish people. Yes, I will say it. Igbo people too are also the same. In fact, a bunch of people in the south are the same. A Yoruba person is either from the tribe of Ephraim, not all, because I know that there are some that are Jebusites, and Jebusites are not of the children of Yahshua. Those are the Jebu people. Yes, the Jebu people are Jebusites, and there are some that are from Mitzrayim. Those are the people from Ife. But the people of Oyo, the people of Lagos, that's Port Novo region, the people of Oyo, the people of Lagos, and the people of Oshun, they are Hebrew Israelites. Yes, they are of the tribe of either Ephraim or Yahudah. Yes, either one of these two tribes. So, in a way, yes, in the assembly, they are like, we had an argument about it, but in a way, they are right, Igbo people. Um, but this is not to say all Igbo people too are. A vast majority of them, yes, but not all. And like I said, Yoruba people are foolish, but Igbo people too are, because they are Yoruba people are cowards, but Igbo people they are too brave. How am I going to say this? I'm sorry if I'm coming at you. Sorry if you've gone this far into the video. Um, Thank you so much for listening. But Igbo are, Yoruba people. One thing I've realized is that they don't like the truth. They If you can package the truth in humility, they will listen to you, because to them, humility means that you are down to it, despite the fact that you are teaching evil to the people. That's one thing I've realized from my people. But Igbo, they are condescending, not all, like I said, because sorry, if you are from the assembly and you watch this video, I apologize. But y'all are condescending. Y'all are very very greedy, very greedy and very boastful. I've had so many issues with Igbo people in the exception of the assembly. In the exception of the assembly, I've had so many issues with Igbo people, but I've had best friends that were Igbo people, like real Igbo people. Yes, some of my best friends of secondary school were Igbo people. Some of my best friends, like the best of the best of, they were Igbo. Majority of them were Igbo. Majority of them were Igbo. There were Yoruba too in the mix. There were some Yoruba people too that were in the. There were, I have Yoruba friends too. They were very kind people that were Yoruba people. So I can't rule out all of our people like that. But a vast majority of our people are very brainwashed. They've been fooled into believing the lies of the evil ones the moment they accepted Opele Ifa. Yes, Ifa divination. And this is why I have no respect for Isheshe. Just as I don't have any respect for Christianity and Islam, I have no respect for Isheshe at all. I have no respect for Isheshe. It's, you know, they like to tie esoteric knowledge to, they want to mix esoteric knowledge with the teachings of Yahuah, but it does not work. Oil and water cannot mix together. These people have used, you know, these people they've used a nice subtle deception to lead many of the children of Yahshua, genuinely children of Yahshua, astray. And Christianity came with its own. Some people were, you know, some people followed after Christianity, and then, the rats from African spirituality, from Isheshe, came into Christianity, started teaching nonsense. Many of these people, that we call our fathers of the faith. Check their lineage and background. They were a far priest. And the way even said it said, sorry, Yahuah, forgive me. But that man even said itself. He you his father was an Ifa priest. There's another one that came from Islam into Christianity, changed his name because he wanted to cover up his own deception. He came in as one of their brothers, liars and deceivers and hypocrites they are. And they've raised up many like themselves, fat pigs who have destroyed the sheep of Yahusha. They've destroyed it, lost in themselves after the treasures, the meaningless treasures and pleasures of this world. And all for what? Things that will die in this world. Rust will eat them alive. It will have no meaning, no value in the next 100 years. It will be there collecting dust. Many of these colonizers look at their house, not maintained, and it's by design. Yahusha made it so that their houses were never maintained because of the evil they purported while they were in our land. You see those colonizers that they would build cottages and luxurious houses for themselves while our people were living in squalor because they brought guns and weapons and all these things. Yes, they left, but what has become of them? What has become of their children? They they cling on to power that doesn't even belong to them in the first place. You look at those buildings. When I saw one of the buildings of Lord Lugard, I knew I knew that that could only be the hand of Yahuah. That place is decrepit, dilapidated. Is to show you that nothing in this world lasts forever. There is no honor for a thief, for a criminal. There is no honor for him. There is no honor for a destroyer and a waster of life. Any man that kills his brother without cause is a murderer. But guess what? Any man that thinks of killing his brother and is angry with his brother for no just cause is also a murderer. If you have no justification as to the reason why you hate a person, you are a murderer. And under the law of the Torah, you deserve to be killed. He who kills with a sword will also perish with a sword. He who kills with a stone will perish by the same stone. He who leads into captivity will be taken into captivity. These Europeans, they don't know what it actually means to go through that torture of being in a ship jam packed with the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade should not even be spoken of. But yet people speak it like It's a title, it's an award that black people must have, that our people, Yasharel, must have. That it shows resilience and courage. They did not know that the people were going through it were going through undescribable torment, indescribable torment, where the only one they could look up to end their torment was Yahuah. That was the only one. They were singing songs to Yahuah under the moonlight, crying that Yahuah should deliver them. To the point where some of our people drowned. They said they would rather drown themselves. They would rather drown and die in the middle of the ocean than to enter into slavery. But yet, our people too, very foolish people, they just carry it. Say, yeah, transatlantic slave, we need reparations now. Such a foolish generation, extremely foolish. And this is the world we live in, a world filled with lies and deception. Yahuah does not want his children. Yahuah does not want Yasharel to suffer. Yasharel brought this upon themselves when we started to adopt the teachings of the other nations. In fact, divination is even gotten from Egypt mythology. This is why I don't have any ounce of respect for it. Because not all truth are truth. Some are just lies, ancient lies. And the book of Jubilees tells us that it's not too far fetched. Those ancient lies that people have purported and carried on their head. Well, anytime they depict our people, they depict these ancient frivolous lies of Yemoja and there's this new movie now, Children of Blood and Bones or whatever. This highly satanic demonic movie. Yeah, highly satanic, and it was created by one of us, an extremely foolish woman. Sorry to say, but she is. He was talking about all this Yoruba pantheon, Yoruba mythology and stuff, right? But that is not our history. It was never our history. It was a lie that was concocted by the ancient world, and our people practiced it because they knew no they actually were following after the traditions of the other nations. Extremely foolish people. It saddens me, but that is how I see Asherah. A nation filled with people who do not understand their maker and people who don't want to know who their maker is. All right, I think I've spoken a very long time. Yeah, need to round it up right now. Yeah. So I'm going to round up. Heavenly Father, I say thank you. I thank you for today's message. You guys uploaded Yahuah and Yahusha's mighty name. Father, as we are going to our respective homes to go and sleep, Yahuah take us your control. Yahuah be with us, guide us. And Yahuah let your name be Baruch in all the earth. Baruch Yahuah for all that you have done. To the Yahuah for all that you have done. And may your name be blessed and may your name be worshipped amongst all the nations. In Yahusha's mighty name I pray. Amen. Thank you for coming and shalom.